Well, it's New Year's Eve morning, 2023. Tomorrow will be 2024. I won't be a year older yet, but I'm close to it. 16 days later. Anyhow, let's talk about last night's football game. Dallas and Detroit. Now, this game had playoff implications. And the referees decided to take it upon themselves at the end of the game to get involved. Now, the two things at the end of the game. One, I would have gone for the tie and taken my chances in overtime. I have confidence in my defense. Apparently, Detroit's coach did not have confidence in their defense. So they went for the win. And there was all kinds of confusion and penalties and everything. And the refs got involved. And according to everything I've read, the refs were wrong. Therefore, they affected the game. And in some degree, they affected the playoff situation as to who's going to end up playing who and what have you, you know. So that's kind of... That's kind of sad, you know. It's happening a lot this year, and that goes back to one of my other comments where I think that professional sports are becoming more entertainment than they are actual sports. You know, I think they're going the way of wrestling. That figure you saw in the background was my wife. She's not happy. Yeah, she's never happy. She's married to me. How can she be happy? I don't know how to fix this. You know, I don't know. Supposedly they check their bank accounts and everything. They look for unusual situations as to what, you know, so that they can't cheat the refs or the players or anybody else, and I think they are. Only I don't think they call it cheating. I think they call it scripting now, you know. Apparently Jerry Jones is, this is his year maybe, who knows, you know. Dak Prescott's year, I don't know. I just think that I can't watch the whole game anymore because it's just sad, you know. I don't know what to do about it. I don't think anybody else knows what to do about it. I don't think they want to do anything about it. You know, and when you see stuff like this, and then you go take that and you put it to politics, and you see Trump say the election's fixed, people will believe that. Because based upon what's going on in the rest of their lives, sports are becoming the endings of sports are becoming questionable. The endings of games. Is it a real thing, or was there cheating involved? You know, of course, if you're a bettor, you always scream cheating. The game was fixed, and all this. It's been going on for years, but they may be right now. So you see that, and then you turn around and you're watching politics, and you get some ridiculously fat, disgusting, smelly old fart saying that the election was fixed, it was rigged, you know. And they are rigged because the way we elect our politicians, you have that electoral college. You can be the most popular person in the election, you can win the popular vote by millions of votes, and still end up losing the election because it's about which states you win, not how many people like you. You know, it's happened with Democrats. It's happened with Republicans. You know, the elections end and the popular vote says that they should have won the election and they didn't. The Electoral College has caused controversy, and there has to be a better way of doing it. With the population that we have, I don't know how we would do it and be able to get, even with all the computers and data collections that we can do, I'm not sure that you could get a verified election that night if you went by the popular vote. I don't know. I'm not familiar with all the electronics that are involved. I do know that if you're transmitting technology, you are leaving it open for hacking and other things. Nothing is 100% secure in that industry. So I don't know how you would track it. But I do believe that the apathy towards the elections and to Donald Trump and whatnot is all brought about by the fact that we believe sports are fixed now. You're seeing this on, people are getting upset. You take, because I don't think baseball is a national sport anymore. I think football is. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And you look at this and you say, what? I mean, how can this happen? This is our national dream, and it's false. So how do you bring reality and truth into sports so that the people will see that and maybe transfer that belief into the elections, and that the elections will go a little smoother. But I definitely think that we have to do something about the sorry about that. We definitely have to do something about the referees in sports. I mean, that's the easiest way to control a game. They control things like the over/under and several other betting. I don't know what you want to say. Things that you can bet on in the game. They're controlled by the referees. They don't have to control 11 men or 22 men on the field. They only have to control, 2 sideline, 2 backfield judges, 4 or 5 guys. And the overseers, the ones that sit in New York, and you see, the thing is, you can't challenge certain penalties. You can challenge plays, pretty much any play during the game, but you cannot challenge the penalties, because those decisions are made on the field by the referees, and I've never seen them overturned by New York City, by the video replay or anything like that. At least I have never seen it. Doesn't mean it hasn't happened someplace along the line, but I've never seen it. And it's beginning, and these wrong calls are starting to affect the end of games, which, as I said, affects the betting. And if you see the results affecting the winners and losers in the betting pools, then you start to wonder, is it game fixed? Excuse me. Is the game fixed? And I'm beginning to believe it is. I don't know to what degree, or I don't know. I'd have to have access to the betting lines and how much money's transferred around and everything like that. And I'm sure I could probably find out. I'm just not interested in going in that direction, spending my Sunday afternoons trying to track down, who's making the most money on this, where's the action at, I did that when I was young and I was betting. And I did well betting. And I never really believed the game was fixed. But now I'm beginning to believe the game is fixed. So, I don't know. Another, dream comes to a sad ending. What are you going to do? All right. That's it for right now. I'll be back. This is probably, I think, my 140th video since I started doing them, and I'm trying to do more and more and more, as you can see. And it's some of it's, the problem is in my computer and the internet that I deal with, and the other part of the problem is I'm getting older. Concentration levels are beginning to dissipate. So we'll see what happens in the future. I'm looking forward to my Super Bowl because I get to see people that I haven't seen all year show up at my house and annoy me during the game. All right, listen. We'll talk again later in the day after some of the action, maybe, or maybe this evening before tonight's games. But listen, have a wonderful day. Go out tonight. If you're gonna go party, if I don't talk to you, if you don't see me, and you go out tonight and you party, be careful, okay? This is amateur night, you know. I'll tell you one thing though about New Year's Eve. This is before I leave. I used to work in the restaurant industry. I did it for a long time, and I worked New Year's Eve. And the restaurants I worked in would close early on Christmas Eve and stay open till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning on New Year's Eve. Nowadays, you go to the restaurant, by 1 o'clock, by 12 o'clock, the restaurant's usually empty. I worked in a restaurant I was home to watch the ball drop. One time I made it from, I forget where the town, Mendham to, Basking Ridge to Clifton, New Jersey, in time to see the ball drop with my wife. And I worked in the restaurant all night. This is a different system going on, It's people are changing. There's a lot of I don't know what they call it, the non-drinking functions going on, You can't go to Times Square and really have a good time because the way it looks like every other person's a cop. It's ridiculous. They're right because if a terrorist is going to attack, that's one of the places to attack, Times Square. So you don't see. They claim there's 2 or 3 million people there every year, but I don't see it the same. It's too many barricades. It's just you have to be there. You get it. Once you get in, you can't leave. So if you go there, to get a nice spot at 6 o'clock at night, you better hope there's something open in the square where you can take a shit or a piss if you have to. Otherwise, don't drink. Anyhow, sorry I extended it a little longer than I wanted to, but have a great time. Just be careful. You got to watch out for the other guy too. All right? Have a good day.